Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge. Guys, this video is brought to you by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, it doesn't have to be a wrestling event, use code Hodge on SeatGeek for any ticket and save yourselves $20 freaking. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of WWE News and Rumors. So I have a confession beginning of this episode. The confession I'd like to make to everyone is there is no confirmed news stories today. As sometimes there's just not a lot of confirmed things getting spewed out there, especially on a Sunday. Today we're actually going to be talking about some juicy stuff. So I'd go ahead and suggest for you guys, go and get your juice boxes out. Get your juice boxes ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumor is of Mr. Cody Rhodes. So Cody Rhodes is in the WWE. I'm still wrapping my head around this. It's been over an entire week now, and I'm still wrapping my head around this. So basically, the deal with Cody Rhodes, he was backstage at SmackDown, like literally the other night, and the reason for that, WWE, they don't really know what brand to put the guy on yet, which kind of leads me into my next rumor, which is also about Cody Rhodes, is he's going to be feuding with Seth Rollins for a while, so it looks like he'll be leaning towards Raw, or he'll be on Raw for a while, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's stuck at Raw. So after that feud ends, who knows if he's going to stay on Raw, if he's going to be moved over to SmackDown, and who knows when the next draft is, or the Superstar Shakeup, whatever they're calling it now. So we'll totally have to wait and see, but Cody Rhodes is going to be a big name for whichever, television show gets him. And now it's competing like networks. Like before, like it used to be owned by the same company. Like it used to be USA Network and Sci-Fi, which are owned by the same company, NBC Universal. But now we have Fox and NBC Universal with their USA channels here in the United States. So they're kind of competing to see who's going to get this big name. So we'll see. I think the Fox deal is for a lot more money, so it wouldn't be a giant surprise to see him go to SmackDown, but at the same time, Raw has been suffering a little bit because, SmackDown's got pretty much the most over guy in the entire company right now, and that is in Roman Reigns, and then they had Brock Lesnar on there for a while as well. So we'll have to wait and see where they're going to shuffle people around, and I'm sure a draft is coming here sometime in the near future. But just an early prediction for that, I definitely see Roman staying on SmackDown, and I think Cody might be the face of Raw, honestly. I could definitely see that if we're looking at drawing power, because Cody, if you guys didn't hear, is the #1 most popular merch seller in WWE right now. Sure, there's a lot of buzz around. We'll see how long he stays at the top. But as of right now, he's #1. Alright, the next rumor is about Ronda Rousey, and I guess Charlotte Flair. So why did Ronda Rousey not win the title at WrestleMania? I think she would win the title because, she won the Royal Rumble. She's in the main event of WrestleMania. Well, one of the main events. Every match, WrestleMania is a main event, right? But basically, why didn't she win the title? Apparently, they wanted this to be a long-term story between them, and they're not really doing rematches anymore on the titles. If someone drops the title, they have to go back down to the bottom. They don't just get an immediate rematch. There's no rematch clause anymore. So basically, the only way to have this continue into the next pay-per-view was to have Charlotte actually retain the title. This will be an interesting point for Backlash, or WrestleMania Backlash, if you will, to see if Ronda is actually win the title. That's going to be the end of their feud. But what does a long-term feud mean? This could go on for a while, but we got to have a reason why Ronda keeps getting rematches when she's losing or whatever. So we'll see where it goes. It could definitely go either way. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, as confirmed on SmackDown, it is Charlotte, Ronda Rousey in an I Quit match, Backlash. Very, very interesting to see who's going to win this and where this feud's actually going to go. All right, the next rumor is about the Beast incarnate, Mr. Brock Lesnar. Also about Ronda Rousey. Also about Backlash. So basically, Lesnar and Rousey both are confirmed people that are advertised for the WrestleMania Backlash show. So Rousey's obviously going after Charlotte Flair, but what's the plan for Lesnar? Is he going after Roman? Well, actually, no. Lesnar and Roman's feud is actually over with. WrestleMania was the giant conclusion, the climax of the feud, and that's it. It's over with. So Lesnar will be moving on to something else, doing something else, whatever Lesnar would possibly do. And Lesnar could be taken off this show. I don't know. The show's like less than a month away, still advertised, so I guess he will be there. But I have no idea what they're doing with Lesnar. It's crazy. I thought they would just take him home, and that's what the rumors were saying last week. They would just send him home and not have him back until SummerSlam time or something. But no, he's actually at Backlash. So we'll see what he's doing. I have no idea what Lesnar could do, but the Reigns and Lesnar feud is apparently completely over with. And I guess the next lead-in will lead into the next rumor. So this one's about Reigns. So what's the plan for Reigns then for Backlash? Well, apparently Reigns is feuding with his next opponent, next long-term feuding partner, if you will, in Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns for... They're feuding for something. Is Roman just putting both titles on the line every time he wrestles now? Is he just putting one of them on the line? Or is the Undisputed supposed to go as one now? I don't really know. And I thought they were turning two titles into one. I thought that's what he was going to do on SmackDown. But no, he's keeping two titles separate. But they're unified. They're not really unified. But I guess they're on one guy. Like, kind of unified kind of way. But anyway, it's weird. But anyway, that is the next plan for Roman. Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre will be feuding probably all the way up to through mid-Summer, through Hell in a Cell probably, and then maybe around Money in the Bank or SummerSlam time, Roman will get a new opponent. But we'll just have to wait and see where that goes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final news story. This is the final rumor. This is the final thing I'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. This is about none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin. So Stone Cold Steve Austin had his last match, possibly last match, probably last match, at WrestleMania 38. Like, he actually wrestled. Stone Cold had an official match, which is crazy to think about. He hadn't had a match in 19 years, and he was there, and it was amazing. And I was there. I did the vlogs, the king of vlogs, so of course I am. And I did vlogs for WrestleMania. If you guys haven't seen all the WrestleMania vlogs, definitely go check those out. I appreciate that so much. But basically, Stone Cold, what is the update here? Is he actually done? He was calling it his last match, but as we know, many people have done that before. They get in the ring, they get bit by the bug again, and be like, I really like doing this. I want to keep doing this as long as I possibly can. So is that the Stone Cold thing? Well, apparently no. No, Stone Cold will not probably be having another match. There's currently no plans for another Stone Cold match, but they wouldn't plan anything because it's completely up to the guy, Stone Cold Steve Austin, if he wants to do another match or not. But this has happened to like numerous wrestlers in the past, like The Rock. Rock came back just for one match and ended up doing like, how many did he do? Like 4 or 5 different matches. And then same thing I guess happened with Goldberg. He just wanted to come back one last time to show his family what he did in his prime. And then he get bit by the bug and he's still wrestling to this day. It's happened with numerous wrestlers, but is it happening with Stone Cold? Apparently no. He says it's fun. He said he sees why wrestlers wrestle for as long as they possibly can because it's freaking fun. But Stone Cold has a lot of other things going on in his life, a lot of other things that are fulfilling him, I guess, and he just doesn't need to be in the ring constantly. That's not saying he may never, ever do something again in the future, but as of right now, there's no plans for him to do absolutely anything, and WrestleMania 38 Dallas, it will be his last match as of right now. So there you guys, that's actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm your king of vlog stuff, Brandon Hodge, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video.